Oh man, so if you're invested in Robinhood, you're going to need to watch this one because Robinhood is down 9% after delivering a horrific set of earnings yesterday. So they announced their Q3 earnings, and we're going to run through some of the key highlights of what they managed to achieve. And the first thing we want to look at is it was a triple miss. Yep, a triple miss. Now, you could argue even when stocks have been achieving a single or a double beat, or even a triple beat, we've seen some stocks go down. So a triple beat was always going to get destroyed by Wall Street, and Robinhood is now down around, let's take a look, they're down 9% in the market, 9.2% in the market to 35.93. And here's what they managed to achieve or not achieve. So EPS, analysts expected that to come in at $1.16. That came in at $1.06 loss, right? So a loss of $1.16 versus a loss of $2.06. So a big miss on the loss that was expected. Analysts were expecting revenue to come in at 438 million for the quarter. It came in at 364 million for the quarter. Big hit. And then the other key stat, which we've looked at many times for Robinhood, is their monthly active users. And analysts were expecting 21.9 million. It came in at 18.9 million. So a really bad triple loss there from Robinhood. And it gets us thinking, what is going on? So what I want to do first is let's take a look at their Q2 figures, because we know they did 18.9 million in Q1. But what I do want to look at is what does this mean versus Q2? Because they're very clever. In the reports, they'll tell you the year on year, because a year ago, you should be growing. And Robinhood has been priced as a growth company. Okay, very important. The price to earnings multiple you're paying on Robinhood is for something that's going to grow rapidly each quarter. So even slow growth should be punished, not because it's a bad company, but it's not a high growth company commanding those multiples. So if you look at what they did, if you see what they did here, so revenues last quarter were 564 million. Okay, so that's gone down to 360 million in Q3. So this is Q2 I'm showing you here. Now you can see here monthly active users. Let's go back down here. Was 21.3. That's coming at 18 million. So they've lost around 2 million users in a quarter. Where have they gone? Why are they going? These are the things that Robinhood will need to start thinking about. And I've got a clue of one thing which I think they're going to do, which involves a bit of Shiba. Now, in order to understand this, we have to go back. In Q1, you had, and we spoke about this a lot in our Robinhood breakdowns. In Q1, you had the whole GameStop and AMC saga, right? Actually, no, let's step back again. How does Robinhood make money? Robinhood makes money through the transaction volumes, okay? If you transact, they make payment for order flow revenue. So they need people in the markets, whether crypto, whether it's stocks, they need you in the market and they need you trading. They don't want a quiet period. So in Q1, particularly in January, February, you had a whole bunch of GameStop, AMC, that saga was going on, and there was high transaction volume, so they did great. In Q2, you also had Dogecoin pumping, right? And that made up a big part of their revenues. We know crypto played a big part in their revenues. Crypto's increased to 233 million on its own in Q2. To put that into perspective, okay, guys? So that grew massively compared to only 5 million in Q2 of 2020. So that grew in a year from 5 million to $233 million. And trust me, the majority of that was Dogecoin. We did a deep dive into that. So straight away, I gave the red flag of Robinhood. And one of the reasons I didn't build out a big position in Robinhood was, one, it was an IPO year anyway, so I wanted to stabilize. Two, I already had the opinion that Robinhood were IPOing at the perfect time when everything was going on. So I wanted it to settle down. You had Dogecoin, you had AMC, you had GameStop. This is perfect for payment for order flow, right? And then I saw a bunch of regulatory scrutiny coming over. We saw a bunch of issues with Vlad Tenev, the CEO, and payment for order flow and Citadel. We covered all of this on the channel. So straight away, we knew that this was going to be an uncertain year for Robinhood. And that's one of the reasons I took my foot off the gas and I didn't load the boat on Robinhood even during the dips, right? Now, what's next for Robinhood? We knew this quarter was going to be kind of weak, but this is really weak. I mean, they didn't just slow down monthly active users. They lost monthly active users, right? So, and the reason is people are using other platforms. And why are they using other platforms? Because Robinhood doesn't fulfill the need that it needs to. There were not many meme coins, meme stocks, momentum stocks being traded in Q3. We've seen that pick up a little bit now in Q4 because you've had DWAC, you've had Funware. Maybe that's going to help their figures coming into Q4. But more importantly, they would have stagnated on their cryptocurrencies because Dogecoin wasn't moving and they don't have Shiba listed. So I think Robinhood are going to launch their cryptocurrency wallet as quickly as they can. They need to expedite this. They need to get the hot coins on quicker, right? Shiba has run up to 0.00006 now, okay? So that's up another 40% today, despite Bitcoin being down. Robinhood needs to be getting in on that transaction volume. Shiba is around 22, 23 billion the last time I checked in market cap. So they saw what Dogecoin did for them, and they know what Shiba can do as well. So maybe they need to fix their processes of getting coins listed quicker and more efficiently, right? Because they don't want to miss out on the momentum plays. Now, we need to see that happen. And the key thing is going to be crypto as in terms of the wallets as well. They need to get these wallets out because the average retail trader, you and I, now understand that we want to own our coins. We want to own our cryptos, and Robinhood need to fix this issue urgently. If they can resolve those issues, then perhaps they can start digging themselves out of this mess, but it's a long way to go. So let's take a look at the charts because I want to show you guys kind of the rut that we're now in Robinhood. I mean, just going back here, we IPO'd all the way up there at $80. It came down, fell down to 50, where it was back up here at 66. And we kind of been trading here. You've had a high about there of 47 and then a low here of 38. And then we've just tanked. We fell on the news to 34. We've recovered somewhat to 35. And the question now is this a buy the dip opportunity, or is there something fundamentally wrong with the stock? And the honest answer is, if you're buying the dip right now, it is risky. It's a great price to be buying in at, but we'd want to see some things fundamentally change for Robinhood. They need to readdress their marketing. They had some really solid affiliate programs. They had some really stock. If you remember the four stocks free with Robinhood, they had that campaign going on. They were doing well with AMC and GameStop and Dogecoin, and now the momentum is gone, right? The novelty's worn off. They got a battering in the press as well. So what are they going to do to pick up these numbers and improve? So they've got a lot of work to do, and that's why for now, I'm not quite buying the dip on Robinhood. I'd have to see some significant improvements in the operation of that company for me to feel confident again in the long run. I mean, Coinbase is by far ahead of these guys in terms of crypto. Obviously, Robinhood has the stock element, but right now we know just from even looking at different metrics, crypto is where all the attention is right now and not on stocks, okay? So there we have it, guys. That is why Robinhood is getting absolutely annihilated in today's market, down 9%. And we need to look at whether they have a future moving forward now. Can they recover this? How long is it going to take to recover? These are the things we're going to have to answer over the next few months and quarters and watch very closely. So I think a Shiba listing will be coming very soon on Robinhood. I think they have to be doing this right now. It's the only project right now which has that kind of euphoria and attention, and they need to start listing these kind of projects in order to get the transaction volumes and the payment for order flow that they're expecting. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you like my perspective of these stocks, then please consider hitting the like button and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.